Good evening. This is All India Radio, Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari says world-class wayside amenities to be developed at over 600 locations in the next 5 years. Government will soon establish women helpline centers in foreign countries for distressed overseas residents. School Education Department cautions on resumption of normal classes for pre-primary students without permission. And Chagrama lifts Angami Sports Association Men's Football Trophy. Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari said that the National Highways Authority of India will develop world-class wayside amenities at more than 600 locations in the next 5 years. The wayside amenities will be provided at every 50 kilometre of length of national highways, which will be developed through private participation. There will be restaurants, food court, thapa, fuel station, minor repair shop, medical clinic, restrooms for passengers, dormitories for drivers, and electric charging stations. The wayside amenities will provide rest and refreshment for highway commuters during their journey. In a tweet, Gadkari said it will generate opportunities for millions of people and will improve lives of truck drivers and travellers. Government will soon establish women helpline centers in foreign countries for distressed overseas residents. The helpline centers are being set up in other countries with the assistance of the Ministry of External Affairs. Responding to a supplementary question in the Rajya Sabha today, Union Women and Child Development Minister Smriti Irani said that the government is committed to ensure safety and security of Indian women everywhere. In her reply to a question asked by Rajya Sabha member Jaya Bachchan over government's initiatives for psychological assistance to women and children in distress, the minister informed that the government has collaborated with NIMHANS and launched the project Samvad, which is extending psychological help to children in distress. Irani also informed the House that a centre with a joint effort of NALSA, Ministry of Home Affairs and Women and Child Development Ministry is working to ensure that every acid attack victim is fairly compensated. Information and Technology Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad today asserted that the Internet should not become a monopoly of few. During Zero Hour, Prasad said India has over 140 crore online users on Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn. He said they are free to do business in India. He, however, said the government welcomes dissent. The minister also said that the issue is not use of social media, but of misuse and abuse of the same. Prasad said the government has taken a position that any attempt to create imperialism of Internet by few companies is not acceptable. The Department of School Education has strictly prohibited the resumption of normal classes for pre-primary students. Principal Director of School Education Shanavas C. said it has come to the notice of the department that few schools have resumed regular classes for students of pre-primary classes, while the government has only allowed resumption of normal classes for students of classes 6 and above with effect from 8 February and for students of classes 1 to 5 with effect from 22nd of March. Principal Director further cautioned the resuming of normal classes for students of pre-primary classes without the approval of competent authority is strictly prohibited and appropriate action will be initiated against the erring school heads and school managements. The Kohima District Administration has relaxed the number of occupancy in commercial vehicles within Kohima District with immediate effect. Deputy Commissioner Kohima Gregory Tejavele in an order said the occupancy in commercial vehicles within Kohima District has been relaxed to 100%, which will be applicable to the entire jurisdiction of Kohima District till further order. The fares charged will also be reverted back to the pre-lockdown rate. The order stated that a relaxation was put in place in pursuance to the decision of the High-Powered Committee on COVID-19 to relax the various activities in the state, including number of occupancy in commercial vehicles. It further stated that non-compliance to the direction will be strictly dealt with as per appropriate section of the law. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on our YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Government today said that 5 states continue to report a surge in the COVID daily new cases. These states are Maharashtra, Punjab, Karnataka, Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. Union Health Ministry said more than 79% of the new cases are from these 5 states. Maharashtra has reported the highest daily new cases at 16,620. It is followed by Kerala with 1,792, while Punjab reported 1,492 new cases. The ministry said a rising trajectory of daily new cases is visible in 8 states. These are Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Punjab, Madhya Pradesh, Delhi, Gujarat, Karnataka and Haryana. With no report of fresh COVID-19 positive cases and recoveries today, the total confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Nagaland remained at 12,225, while the recovered cases stands at 11,973. Present, the number of active cases in the state also remained at 7. Meanwhile, India has administered over 3 crore 71 lakh vaccination doses in the country so far. In view of the announcement of schedule of by-election the 51 Noxen Assembly constituency, the state-level Appellate Media Certification and Monitoring Committee (MCMC) has been constituted under the chairmanship of Chief Electoral Officer Nagaland Abhijit Sinha. The members include 1 observer appointed by the ECI, 3 members from media, and a member secretary from the Office of Chief Electoral Nagaland. The state-level appellate MCMC will function in deciding appeal from both district and additional CEO committees on certification of advertisement and examining all cases of paid news on appeal against the decision of district MCMC or cases taken up suo motu, in which the case will be directed to the concerned returning officers to issue notices to the candidates. Deputy Commissioner and District Election Officer of Twensang and Kohima have been delegated to act on behalf of the state government for requisitioning of vehicles, premises for the by-election to 51 Noxen Assembly constituency. Any vehicle, premises belonging to private persons or institutions or organization requisitioned will be entitled for compensation under Section 161 of the Representation of the People's Act of 1951. And in local sports, Chakrama Sports Association defeated Northern Angami Sports Association by 2-0 in the men's final match to emerge as the football champions of the 49th Angami Sports Association meet held today at Indira Gandhi Stadium, Kohima. In women's volleyball final, Southern Angami Sports Association defeated Western Angami Sports Association to lift the title by 3 straight sets. Earlier, gracing the inaugural function as special guest, Advisor Sericulture, Excise and Minority Affairs, Jalio Rio said, sports meet is a time for celebration, but also a platform for the players to be competitive and develop their skills. The advisor also encouraged the sports persons to make use of the facilities available in the state capital. Advisor Technical Education and Election Meto Yoka, speaking at a valedictory function, emphasized on the need for excellence and professionalism in their respective career. Owing to COVID-19 pandemic, this year's meet has been reduced to a one-day event. And as the nation fights COVID-19 pandemic, let us all remember to stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, wash hands frequently with soap and water, or use hand sanitizer, and follow social distancing norms. And now on 20 News, here are the main points again. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari says world-class wayside amenities to be developed at over 600 locations in the next 5 years. Government will soon establish women helpline centers in foreign countries for distressed overseas residents. School Education Department cautions on resumption of normal classes for pre-primary students without permission. And Chakrama lifts Angami Sports Association men's football trophy. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.